Last video I did a tutorial on the Pythagorean Theorem, and in this video I'm going to go through a few more examples of it. So, as a refresher, Pythagorean Theorem states that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now let's draw a triangle. And let's say that the hypotenuse has length 13 meters. So the hypotenuse is just the side opposite the right angle. And let's say that this side, let's call it A, is equal to 8 meters. Now, let's figure out what B is. So this corresponds to this triangle here. So A, we've got A, B is there, and then C always has to be the hypotenuse. So C is always going to be the length of the hypotenuse, so that's always going to be equal to C. Now, so plug in the variables, just like before. 8 squared plus, and then B is just, it's unknown, so we put in B squared. C is 13, 13 squared is 169. Therefore, we subtract 8 squared from both sides, we get B squared is equal to 169 minus 64, which is equal to 105. And we take the square root of that. B equals square root 105, which is, I will figure it out on my calculator right here. 105 square root, which is roughly 10.2. Remember, the units are in meters. So that's simply, we figured out what B is. B is equal to 10.2 meters. 10.2 meters. So you don't really always have to figure out what C is. If you know what the hypotenuse is, then you can figure out B or A, granted that you know one of the other sides of the triangle, and that is right angle. So let's do another one. Let me delete all this. I'll do one a bit more harder this time. Okay. Let me actually do one more of the same type, and then I'll do something a bit interesting. Actually, let's go on that. Alright, so this one's the right angle. So the hypotenuse is the one opposite the right angle, which is here, C. And then it doesn't matter which one you call A or which one you call B, so let's just call this A and this one B. So let's say that A is equal to, let's put 5 millimeters. C is equal to 8 millimeters. Now let's solve for B. So to solve for B, all we have to do is go back to this equation, A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Now let's rearrange this first to get B as a subject, just to make it a bit more different. So we subtract A squared from both sides, you get B squared is equal to C squared minus A squared. Now just to solve for B, we just take the square root of both sides. And we get, for B is equal to square root of C squared minus A squared. Alright. So we just plug in the variables, which is equal to, start over here, square root C squared, which is 8 squared, minus A squared, which is A is 5, so 5 squared, which is equal to the square root 64 minus 25, which is equal to the square root what's that, 39? Yep, it's 39. Yep, and I'll get my calculator out, 39 square root of that, which is roughly 6.2 millimeters. So B is equal to 6.2 millimeters. Roughly equal to, anyway. Alright, and actually I'm going to cut the video now, and next video I will do something a bit more interesting.